I'm Dr. Jordin Wiggins, and this is the Pleasure Principles podcast. Join me on this journey where sex, science, and sensuality meet. Let's change the conversation around sex and pleasure together. Hello, Superwomen. Do you ever wonder why you have so much success in some areas of your life, but not others? Why you have so much success in your career, and when you put your mind to something, you know that it is just a matter of time before you accomplish your goals. The sky is the limit for what you want to accomplish. And this pretty much rings true to every area but one. In one area of your life, things feel like they are crumbling. You feel stuck, you feel alone, and it is causing you the most stress. Have you ever wondered why antidepressant prescriptions have increased 4 times the amount since the 90s? And women are 2 times as likely as men to be prescribed an antidepressant? Have you wondered why divorce rates and sexless marriages are on the rise? I hear something from Superwoman. This is high achieving. You can give it your all, take action, get things done. We want you on our team when things go wrong. I hear this from Superwomen across the world. Is there something wrong with me? I have so much. I have so much to feel grateful for. The house, the car, the career. I take the vacations. I have the hired help, and I'm still not happy. They say, I feel stuck. I don't feel like myself. I'm exhausted. There's no desire in my relationship anymore. I have zero sex drive, don't really have much desire to be social. If I am, I have to plan it. I don't know where to start. I could cry at the drop of the hat, snap at my loved ones. I'm mean to those closest to me. I can't sleep. I can't lose weight. If you want more on the physical signs, symptoms that you should not ignore, you should listen to episode 144, where I describe feminine burnout in detail. So the women that I work with are put together on the outside. They get so much done for others. They close deals. They save lives. Yet on the inside, they feel alone. They feel stuck. They're exhausted. They don't know where to start. And I'm going to tell you something. If you are listening to this podcast, you are brilliant. You are resourceful. You take action. You don't take no for an answer. You've done the therapy. You've hired the coaches. You've excelled in your career. You've worked with nutritionists. You've done personal and professional development. You've listened to the podcast. You save the Instagram posts. But you are stuck. And nothing seems to change in this one area for you. And I know this because I was you. My clients are you. And like any badass high achiever, when things don't work, and we've tried every way humanly possible, we go to all or nothing or extremes because we've tried so much and we still end up in the same place. So the women that come to me, they think they might need a divorce. They think they might need a massive change to their career, their home. They think I need to start over. I need to blow shit up because that is how uncomfortable this is. And no one seems to get that you are at a breaking point in this area because you still manage to achieve, because you're not in bed, because you don't slow down unless you are literally hospitalized. So if people were to interact with you, they would think that everything is fine. This is okay on the outside, far from okay and happy and fulfilled on the inside. And because we don't have a solution, or the things that we have tried haven't worked, and we're used to things working, we shame ourselves. We think something is wrong with us. And instead of fixing the actual problem, we busy ourselves. We buy a second home, we start a renovation, we engage in our numbing behavior of choice. Maybe it's food, online shopping, planning vacations. Mine was wine and shopping and vacations. Clients will think, oh, well, if I hire a nutritionist, then I'll lose the weight and I'll have more energy. That will give me more desire and everything will be right. So they try that. They succeed for a little while, end up in the same place. Same with relationship. You make some changes at home, maybe you go to couples therapy, things change for a little while, you end up in the same place. It is because we are not fixing the actual problem, which I'm going to tell you what that is. But I need to show you the process. So, this is what we do. This is what superwomen do. First, we make excuses for lack of pleasure and fulfillment. And this leaves us unfulfilled for decades, decades, to the point that when people come to me, a lot of times certain areas of their relationship are on life support because they've been making excuses for their lack of fulfillment for decades, probably since we were little girls. And I hear the excuses that the superwomen make. I hear them on the daily. Sometimes I even make them still, even though I'm aware. Oh, it's going to be better after this quarter. It will be better when the kids go back to school. It'll be better when the reno is done. We make all kinds of excuses around time. Well, I want you to take a good look and ask yourself, how long have you been making excuses around time, around your lack of fulfillment and time? Or we make excuses around needing to change it up. Well, if he planned a date night, took some things off my plate without being asked, if I could just have a vacation, things will be so much better. We make excuses around taking action, that we need to do more. So if I learned to relax, if I balanced my hormones, if I learned to be more feminine, if I ate and slept better, I would have more energy. And there is always, always an excuse to put our pleasure, to put our happiness, to put our fulfillment at the bottom of the to-do list, to make some excuse that it is something that is going to take place at some future date. We delay our pleasure, we survive on crumbs, making sure that everyone else around us is okay until we are so resentful, until we are so sick, until it is showing up in our health with feminine burnout. Maybe it's a breast cancer diagnosis. I work with so many breast cancer survivors. Maybe it's infertility. But I want to tell you, these are lessons from women of luxury. Okay. These are my clients. These are my multimillionaire clients. They have the help. They have the support. They have businesses that run themselves. They can take the vacations. They have time. They have space. No money worries. Support in raising their kids. So even if there's like difficult needs there with their kids, they have tons of support. Okay. House managers, chefs, and they still experience feminine burnout. And they come to me saying all the same things that I've heard thousands of women globally tell me. All those things they just said, all of those excuses around time and doing more. And my millionaire clients come to me saying, I have so much, but it is this one area. And that could be the mismatched libidos in their relationship. It could be their health problems, the feminine burnout symptoms. And it is almost more jarring for my millionaire clients, my retired clients, retired at 40 clients because they've sold their businesses because of the cognitive dissonance. They're going, oh my goodness, like, how am I so broken? What is wrong with me that I can't even make the excuses because I don't have them? They don't exist for me. But yet I'm still experiencing feminine burnout. And that's why I want all of you listening to know. I don't care if you are a multimillionaire, if you're on your way there, the excuses we make that pleasure should happen at some future date is a part of the problem. So the first thing that we're doing is we're making excuses. We're making pleasure a problem that we should solve in the future, and we're trying to survive on crumbs. The second thing is our superwoman conditioning. It's why we have these beliefs around pleasure in the first place. Now, superwoman conditioning is a societal expectation placed on women for generations that pushes us to overgive, overwork, and neglect our needs, our desires. And it causes us to constantly strive for more, to be perfect in every aspect of our lives, whether it's our careers, relationships, family, even self care. Like, we strive for perfection in our self care. Had a multi-millionaire client tell me the other day that she went to her wax therapist. She wasn't just going to get a wax, she was going to her wax therapist. I know, we like the best of the best. And you know what? It is safe to admit that here. And I love you for it. I love you for your tenacity, your drive. But it's like you've done all the things, you've checked the boxes, every goal you've set out for yourself. If it's the education, the career milestones, the house, the wedding, the cars, like, you check all those boxes thinking that in the future it is going to bring you pleasure. And it does not. So a superwoman will say, I can do it myself. She doesn't ask for help. She's the fixer. She is the calm in a storm. You want her on your team. That's on the outside. On the inside, she is lonely. She is exhausted. She is unfulfilled. Relationships are unsatisfying because remember, a superwoman, she is trained to be the over functioner. So she is attracting under functioners. And this is in all areas. This is in her business, which usually she's done some work on that by the time she comes to me, but in friendships with her children, with her partners. And she does not have the success in her personal life that matches her professional life. She's going through the motions. She's having no sex, or if she's having sex, it's check the box sex. It is routine. It is not satisfying. You're doing it to check the box to get it off your to-do list. The third reason that you have so much success in your career and are missing that success and fulfillment in your personal life is the pleasure problem. The pleasure centers in your brain are off, superwoman. Usually the higher achieving, usually the even more that pleasure dial has been turned down. And I wrote about this in my book, The Pink Canary, in 2019. I will die on this hill. Lack of pleasure is a health problem. You do not have a vacation problem. You do not have a mismatch libido problem. You do not have a worthiness problem. You do not have a lack of feminine energy problem. You have a pleasure problem. The pleasure problem creates mismatched libidos. It creates an inability to embody your feminine energy. So let me tell you more about that if you're new here. So the pleasure problem is women experience a disconnection or an inability to feel pleasure. It is called anhedonia. It is a medical term. And this is both in the sexual sense and in the broader aspects of life, such as joy, fulfillment, satisfaction. Now, any of the work that you do, it's either not going to stick or it's going to take so much work, so much struggle, which you are not adverse to because you are a superwoman. But sometimes, like, and that's even women will come to me and they've built these massive, massive businesses and it's all going so well, but they're like, this isn't sustainable. I can't continue this pace, but they don't know another way to do it. So if you're seeing the like having to work so hard to maintain your weight, work so hard to see the success, work so hard at your relationship, or also, and maybe you're checked out at this point too. We need to fix the pleasure problem first. And I'm going to give you two approaches on how to do this because no one else is talking about this. No one else is delivering the content, the using this framework in a way that works. So I don't want you on the hamster wheel. I don't want you having to put in so much effort to get the same success, to feel the way you want to feel in your personal life, mentally, physically, relationally. So if this is you, if this episode is speaking to you, if you're thinking she is reading my mind, I want to tell you the mentorship, my 12-month pleasure in intimacy mastermind for millionaire women wanting as much fulfillment and success in relationships and their personal lives as they have in their careers. Okay. We want mastery. We want fulfillment. We want more. If you want to feel connected, present, desired, supported, pursued in all aspects of your life, right? This is pleasure in and out of the bedroom. If you want to feel like sunshine, like people want to be around you, that does not happen when you have feminine burnout and your tank is empty. You are repellent. If you want to have the successful sex of a superwoman, have the proper power dynamics in your relationship, have full body orgasms, fix your pleasure problem, heal the physical, relational, emotional aspects of feminine burnout once and for all. If you're going to be too busy over functioning because you are orgasming and you're fulfilled, and I'm just kidding. Most of the women that come to me in the early stages, they don't care if they ever have sex ever again. They're that done. But now that I'm working through with my current group and we are in September, it is a different situation. There is orgasms, there's fulfillment, there is healing these generational patterns and wounds. And if you want this, if you do not want 2025 to be a repeat of 2024, the mentorship is the highest touch, highest value way of working with me. It is private and group coaching. We have 2 in-person retreats. It is a multiple 5-figure investment. And your ROI, the ROI on pleasure is insane, ladies. If you are stuck and you don't know where to start. If you're a super woman that wants her life, her sex, her body to match her career, the mentorship is for you. It will sell out. There are 20 spots. I believe we have 5 or 7 filled already, and we are just officially opened applications this September. I want you to fill out an application. Head to the show notes, do it now, and you're going to hear from me or someone from my team to book a call. If your application is accepted, then we're going to get on a call and make sure that this is a fit. This is a highly curated experience for Superwoman, for your needs. And if you're like, this sounds like me, but I'm not quite making millions yet, just apply. If it is speaking to you, apply and we can discuss how to work with me privately, or my programs if the mentorship is not a fit. And I cannot wait to hear from you. It is going to be absolutely amazing. The ladies that have applied already are lovely. And we've already got started on the private coaching and the pre-work. So apply. Apply if this speaks to you. So, two things that we can do if we want the same success, fulfillment in our personal lives as our professional lives. Two things. First, Superwoman deconditioning. We have to stop over giving. Now, on its face, this sounds very simple, very easy. True. If it was, you would have done it already. But the work is learning to trust different ways of being, getting your nervous system, your body on board to allow yourself to do less because it feels so foreign. The fact that we can't even be okay with letting other people feel uncomfortable. So, Superwoman deconditioning. This is a process, a framework that I teach in the feminine mentorship. But one simple thing that you can start to do today is ask yourself every single day, what is one thing I can say no to today? And what is one thing that I can ask for help for? And the second thing that we need to do is pleasure mastery. We need to turn the pleasure centers in our brain back on. This is a framework that I modeled from Pleasure Principles, my foundational program. And we deep dive into this together in the mentorship. You are not alone. The community is a part of the medicine. It is a part of the healing to be around other superwomen exactly like you for once in your life when you can be like, I feel so seen. And let's face it, we don't just want, like this is why our usual self-care doesn't work. You're doing the things. I know you're doing the Pilates and manicures and peels. You're doing the things. We want pleasure mastery. Okay. So there's one simple thing that you can do every day, and that is ask yourself, what can I do to make this moment more pleasurable? Now, I hear you. And this is the funny thing. This is also why my coaching expedites your healing, because you're going to want to roll your eyes. Like that is so simple. It feels beneath your superwoman brain that is conditioned for hard. Okay. Part of the problem. And the hard part about this is to actually take action. You'll realize how stuck, you'll realize how much the pleasure dials are turned off when you try to have more pleasure, to microdose your pleasure, and you'd rather busy yourself. You'll do it for 2 days and then forget about it. So start taking action on those items immediately. And for those of you looking to take this work to the next level and do it with me, head to the show notes, fill out an application, and I can't wait to chat. Have a great week, everybody. If you like what you heard in this episode, leave me a rating. Your support helps me get discovered by more women like you. Together, we can change the conversation around women's sexual health and pleasure for you, your partners, and generations to come.